Hey everybody, welcome back to another yoga practice. My name is Ben. Today we have a deep stretch and meditation session. So this class is a really nice add-on or a complement to other more active classes that you might take. It's also a great add-on to an exercise or a workout class. And it's also a great add-on at the end of your day, maybe in the evening time before you go to sleep, to really soothe yourself, stretch out the body, relax the mind, slow down your heartbeat a little bit, and bring some ease along with you. With that said, let's go ahead and start in downward facing dog. Just use the down dog to come into the body. I recommend keeping a nice bend into both knees and then trying to keep long through the side bodies as you find a pushing sensation through the armpits. And then go ahead and bend into both knees and look forward. And then mindfully step the right leg up for half pigeon. So get the shin onto the ground, and then you can kind of mosey yourself into the stretch. Another thing I meant to say for today is that I have 2 blocks. So if you have 2 yoga blocks or any cushions or anything like that, maybe have them handy. But if not, that's okay too. All you need is yourself and your mat. So take a moment to try to find the center of your pelvis. So try not to lean too much to the right. Sit up tall. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. And then begin to fold forward into your half pigeon. And I'll give us some time just to breathe here. You could always stay somewhat upright, or if you want to just completely fold, you can do that as well. And then just try to breathe slowly, gently, and smoothly. Begin to lift up from the pigeon pose, and then let's try a few oscillating pigeons. This is going to be slightly challenging, but we'll only do a few of them. So bring the hands to your hips or to your waist. Take an inhale. Exhale, kind of lean and hinge and fold. And then inhale, rise up by pushing down through your right leg. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Last one, inhale, come up. Exhale, hinge and fold. And then this time as you come up, bring your hands down to the ground, sit to your right hip, and bring your left leg around for seated tree pose, Janu Shirshasana. Turn your body so that you're facing a little bit more over your right leg, and then lean into a big side body stretch. Breathe here. You can keep the right hand reaching in the air, or you can connect your right hand to your left toes. You're always welcome to modulate around a little bit, but we're just seeking this stretch in the right side body. So tune into sensation. Then once you find the sensation, breathe into it. Slowly begin to sit up. As you sit up, cross the left shin over the right shin for Sukhasana, and really try to get a good cross in the legs, and then forward fold. So if you're like me, then this is a deep stretch right here, because my hips are naturally pretty tight. But if you're more flexible than me and you're not feeling much sensation here, then you could always do double pigeon, which is kind of like stacking the shins on top of one another. And that, I'm sure you will feel quite a stretch there. We're not here for long. Take maybe 2 more deep breaths. And then slowly start to lift up. and then switch into side number 2 for half pigeon. So the left leg stays, the right leg threads behind you. Take a moment to adjust your stance. Again, try to stay in the center with an even pelvis. Try not to dip too much to your left side. A little bit is natural, and that's okay. And then begin to slowly walk yourself out into the fold. Start to lift up. We'll go through 4 rounds of those oscillating pigeons now. Just a little bit of effort. Hands come toward your waist. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Sit a little bit more to your left hip so that you can swing your right leg around. Janu-Shirshasana, seated tree. Turn a little bit more towards your left leg and then side body lean over the right leg. Begin to lift on up. As you do so, cross the right shin over the left. Once you find that really nice cross of the legs, then fold over. And of course, you can take the double pigeon in replacement of this Sukhasana forward fold if you'd like. After a few rounds of breath, start to sit up and then open the legs wide for wide-legged seated forward fold. We've been doing all these stretches for the outer hips, so now it might feel quite sensational and hopefully quite good to stretch out the inner hips and hamstrings. Start by circling the torso over and in between the legs. Just draw some nice big circles. I like to place my hands on my legs to help me feel grounded and to remind me to engage my quadricep muscles as I take these circles. Begin to switch directions. Circle the other way. Stay active here. Keep the toes flexing back toward the shins. And let this gentle movement just open up a few layers of space. Once you've moved around a fair amount, fold down the middle. Try to keep your spine somewhat long. Forearms can come down. If you have a cushion, you could always fold onto the cushion. And then relax. Sometimes, as I'm doing on the screen now, it feels good to me to kind of just shake the legs and bounce the knees out. Bring some fluidity in, and it helps me kind of find a little bit more space. And then I sink into it. I exhale and take a few breaths. Option to add on some side body stretches here. So you can lift up and try to sit really tall in the spine. Inhale. Exhale, lean over the right leg and stretch through your left side body. Kind of similar to what we did before, just with a slightly different position in the legs. Come through center if you took the side body stretch. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, drop the left arm, lean over the left leg, and stretch. Come back through center. And let's meet in Makrasana, crocodile pose. For Makrasana, you can lay on your belly and you'll basically stack one forearm on top of the other, and then you'll rest your head on top of the forearms. I'm not going to talk once I'm in here because I'll be laying on my microphone, but just know it's kind of like this, and then you lay the forehead down, and it's really nice for the low back. And then you can breathe into the mats, right? Feel your belly expanding into the floor. When you're ready, slowly lift up, transition into child's pose. Knees can come wide, big toes together. Stretch your arms forward and rest the head down. Really feel the exhales here. Start to lift up, and this is where you can take one of two options. Option one is to find your seat for seated meditation, which is what I'll do just because it's a little bit easier for me to talk and to guide you. Or you can lay down on your back and take shavasana. There's neither option that's better. I would say if you're a little bit more awake, right, and you feel comfortable in a tall seat, then you could do that. Or if you're a little bit tired and you want more rest and you want your body to just be able to completely melt and relax, then please take the opportunity to lay down on your back. As you find your position, make it mindful. So whether you're sitting up or laying down, make a conscious awareness of each part of your body. So each foot, each leg. Notice the spine, the shoulders. Notice where the arms are positioned. Notice how the hands are resting. all the way up to the top of the head, if you're laying down, to the back of the head. Tap into your own breath. And bring your awareness to the center of your heart. And breathe. Just trying to keep your awareness there, right in the center of the heart. And imagine that you're breathing into your heart. Feel a sense of peace and stillness that lives deep within. Often we find ourselves living in the mind, and the mind is prone to fluctuations. The mind turns like a wheel, meaning the mind is all over the place in the past, in the future. Often it's challenging for the mind to really just rest in the present moment. However, the heart is always in the present moment. The heart is always feeling rather than analyzing. The heart is right here, just beating at a steady pace, keeping us alive. Similarly, the breath is always here, inhaling and exhaling, keeping us alive. Take a moment to feel that. Feel yourself drop in a little bit deeper, continuing to tune inward, closing the blinds to the outside worlds, and letting yourself sit in your own house of the body. And this is where we dim the lights, we light a candle, we pour ourselves a tea. Metaphorically, we find ourselves at home. We find ourselves supported and safe, totally safe. In this moment, there's nothing to worry about. You are here now. I am here now. Let your shoulders relax even more. Let your jaw, your tongue, your nostrils relax even more. Let your eyes even rest a little bit more behind your eyelids. Tune into the rhythm of your breath. When you're ready, take an inhale for 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Keep going at your own pace with this box breathing, just a steady inhale, a slow inhale, a pause, and then a steady, slow exhale, and then a pause. This box breathing is also known as samavriti. Sama means same in Sanskrit, so it just refers to a balanced breath. And it's not only soothing to our body, our heart, and our nervous system to breathe in this steady way, it's also something to meditate on, to concentrate on. This practice of dharana, one-pointed concentration. And then let it be your own. So maybe you proceed and the pauses get longer and you sit in that stillness. Or maybe you proceed and the pauses get smaller and the breath becomes more circular as the inhale gradually turns into the exhale gradually turns into the inhale. So over time, let yourself release control, but just keep this awareness of your breath. This is where I'll stop talking and you can remain in your meditative space for a few more minutes, and I'll guide us out after those few minutes. Notice where the mind is currently sitting. Perhaps the mind is completely still and calm, or perhaps the mind is turning like a wheel, fluctuating from thought to thought. There's no judgment, there's no success or fail in meditation, there's just observation and awareness. Once you've brought the mind back into the present moment, begin to take some small stretches. So if you're on your back, you could bend the knees or roll to one side or reach the arms overhead. And if you're in a seated position, maybe you just stretch into your neck. You could even massage your own shoulders or anything of the sort. And give yourself maybe 30 seconds here. If you were laying down, come up to a seated position and guide your hands to your heart. And then we'll guide our prayer up toward our third eye center. And we'll take a bow, bowing to all beings in all times and spaces, bowing to ourselves and bowing to each other. Thank you for joining me for today's practice. I hope you have a blessed and fruitful rest of your day and week, and I hope to see you again soon. Until next time, peace.